Bitch, I ain't no fucking king, motherfucker. I ain't no motherfucker. Bitch, I'ma kill that motherfucker. When I catch you, motherfucker, I kill you, motherfucker. You crazy? I know the fuck they playing with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker. I'll fuck you up.
Fight fans, get ready, because today's story is straight up wild from the boxing world. We're diving into the shocking moment when Gervonta "TankDavis" went after Floyd "Money" Mayweather during his press conference with none other than John Gotti. Yep, you heard that right. Mayweather vs. Gotti is scheduled for August 24th, but forget that for a second, what just happened stole the spotlight. No one saw this coming, but we're locked in for every bit of the drama. So here's the scene, it's a typical press conference, the energy's high, and fans are pumped for the upcoming bout. Mayweather is gearing up to face John Gotti, a name with its own iconic weight, but more on that later. At first, everything seems smooth.
As far as with boxing, I've been to the highest you can possibly go and fought some of the best fighters, in the history of the sport. Last time I checked, I beat more fighters that's in the Hall of Fame than any fighter in history, and that's truly a blessing. But he's a tough competitor, and I take my hat off to him. He want to run it back. We could run it back twice, 3 times. It is what it is. I was born to be a fighter. I'm gonna die a fighter at the end of the day. And I done heard it all from every fighter. Every fighter say, well, I got a good left hand, I got a good right hand, I got a good hook. I'm gonna apply pressure. My thing is this, I've seen it all. I'm there to entertain. You show up and I'm gonna show up.
Alright, so far everything's rolling smoothly, until out of nowhere, things take a wild turn. Davis, who'd been quietly in the background, suddenly starts throwing major shade, right at Mayweather. The moment fans spotted GervontaDavis in the crowd, they knew something was about to pop off, and sure enough, it did. Tank had previously said that if he ever crossed paths with Floyd in person, he wouldn't think twice about throwing hands, and he kept that same energy. During the chaos, John Gotti was just standing there, trying to make sense of the madness unfolding around him. Picture it, Tank storms in and completely hijacks the moment, going after Floyd right in the middle of the press conference. What was supposed to be all about Floyd versus Gotti suddenly flips, and now all eyes are on Floyd versus Tank. You know Gotti's got to be feeling some type of way watching his big moment get completely overshadowed. It's like having your spotlight snatched right out from under you, and yeah, that's gotta sting. Believe it or not, Gotti's no pushover. He's already shared the ring with Floyd once before, though let's just say it didn't end how anyone expected. That fight turned into a full-blown brawl, and the judges had no choice but to rule it a no contest. This moment definitely broke the internet. The clip went so viral, they had no choice but to set up a rematch. But you've got to be wondering, what really went down in there? Well, Joe Rogan laid it all out, breaking down the entire situation, and trust me, it's not something you want to miss.
Floyd, even at 46, he's the greatest of all time, and this kid is really an MMA fighter. He's a tough guy. He caught Floyd a couple times with some little shots, but mostly he's just getting boxed up, right? Boxed up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. But he was holding on quite a bit and wouldn't let go and was trying to hold and clinch and hit, which is something like right here, but he's not letting go. And so Kenny Bayless gets tired of him not listening and not letting go, and he pushes him off and he says, that's it, I'm stopping this fight. That's it. You won't listen to me, I am calling this fight. So he goes crazy and gets away from Kenny Bayless and just starts wailing punches at Floyd.
It was clear as day, Gotti wasn't done with Floyd. The look in his eyes said it all. Now he's coming back with vengeance on his mind, ready to settle the score once and for all.
Undefeated, my team.
But Gotti's not the only one out for payback, and he's definitely not the only one coming in with bad intentions toward Floyd. Gervonta, TankDavis might have just saved fans from what could have been a dull press conference by showing up and sparking chaos. At first, Tank threw a few subtle jabs at Floyd, and that alone had the crowd on edge, because when GervontaDavis starts talking trash, things heat up fast. No one in the building was about to look away. Tank believes it's better to beef with Floyd than be friends with him, claiming that Floyd has a habit of turning on the very people close to him, and if anyone knows what that feels like, it's Tank.
It's good to beef with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff.
And it doesn't stop there. Tank even went as far as warning every other fighter to steer clear of signing with Floyd. He made it loud and clear, getting involved with Mayweather comes with a price. The shots were so direct, so personal, that even Floyd, who usually brushes things off, couldn't stay silent anymore.
My thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion.
The tension between GervontaDavis and his former boxing mentor, Floyd Mayweather, reached a boiling point right after Davis's explosive knockout victory over Frank Martin. That win only fueled the fire, pushing their already strained relationship to the edge. The fight itself was completely overshadowed by the fiery comments Davis unleashed during the post-fight press conference, turning all the attention back to Mayweather and Tank. Just like that, the tension between them shot through the roof. It was clear, there was some serious beef boiling beneath the surface, and Davis wasn't holding back. The room was electric, cameras flashing, reporters leaning in, everyone on the edge of their seats. But then Tank crossed a line. GervontaDavis went full beast mode on Floyd Mayweather, and trust me, it wasn't just a slap. Tank delivered a brutal KO punch to Floyd, the same terrifying left hook that had put Frank Martin to sleep. Tank swung for the fences, showing the world exactly why he's one of the most feared fighters in the game. Luckily for Floyd, security stepped in, or that might have been a one-way trip to the hospital for the legend. Floyd, clearly not wanting any smoke with Tank, was actually caught running away from him moments before the press conference started. Floyd saw Tank outside the venue and didn't hesitate to rush inside, ignoring interviewers waiting to ask questions. Now that's ducking at its finest.
Hey Floyd, what do you think about the fight? Crawford Madrigal, he says it's gonna be a good fight. You think the winner should get Canelo?
Sir, please. This ain't about them right now.
But Tank isn't the only one Floyd should be worried about. John Gotti's father just dropped a brutal warning during the presser, and trust me, it's not something Floyd should take lightly. The tension is only escalating, and now, it's clear, Floyd's got multiple fighters gunning for him.
I think Floyd made a mistake. He honored his word and gave John a rematch. He's a man of his word. He's an honorable man. But I think he made a big mistake. John takes retests better than anybody else I've ever seen. And I think the fighter you're going to see enter the ring on August 24th is going to blow your minds. That's what I believe. I believe he's going to shock the world and blow your minds. That's what I believe. And watching John mature as a baby, and again, I was adverse to John being a fighter. I've never wanted my son to pursue his career. I never did. I never did. He came to me when I first had come home, and it said, I was away for a while, and it said to me, hey Dad, I want to explore being an MMA fighter. And I said, I just handed him my credit card. And I said, go ahead, go sign up for a gym, Belmore Kickboxing in Long Island. I said, go ahead, knock yourself out. I didn't even pay attention to it. And 2 months later, he comes to me and says, Dad, how many tickets you want for my fight? And I says, fight? What fight? He says, no, I got a fight coming up. I'm really excited about this fight. I says, John, what do you have to fight for? He said, well, that's the whole idea of what I'm doing. I said, no, I thought you were just going to train, you know, something for you to do, keep yourself occupied. This is back in 2014. And he says, no, I got this fight. It's out in Smithtown, Long Island. I said, all right, give me 50 tickets and we'll be there. I take 50 guys, we go to the fight. And I'm saying, it's amateur. You know, what could it be? I fought amateurs when I was in military academy as a kid. You know, your headgear, these big military gloves. So you think your kid's safe. It's productive for him. Well, when I get there, to my surprise, the kid that John is fighting is a particular kid that nobody else wanted to fight, okay? And only 3 months earlier, he had knocked John's trainer out in 37 seconds. So I says, this kid's got his grandfather's balls, but he certainly doesn't have his grandfather's brains, because this is ridiculous. He's never had a fight before, and here he is now. He's gonna have his first MMA fight against a kid, his name is Henry Mills, 6'3", one of the top kickboxing prospects in Long Island. He can eat an apple for John's head. And he's about to fight this kid, and I'm sick to my stomach. I said, I got snookered here. I got completely snookered here. How this happened is beyond me.
And let's not forget about John Gotti himself. He's not bothered that this is just an exhibition fight. John is coming to knock Floyd out. Now that's the kind of spirit you love to see, a fighter who's in it to win, no matter the circumstances.
But I've been watching Floyd fight my whole life, since I'm a kid. I've never once seen Floyd show up early to an event. I was early in Florida, and he's already there warming up. I've never seen Floyd prepare the way he has, and I've never seen Floyd throw as many punches in 2 minutes as he did in our fight. So obviously it was a fight. Obviously he wanted to hurt me. Obviously he wanted to knock me out. And so he's not going to snooker me again with this exhibition nonsense. He's coming to knock me out again, and I'm going to try to knock him out this time. So.
But hey, Tank's got Gotti beat in that department. He's already put Floyd down during their heated brawl. Tank and Floyd go way back. Floyd's been a mentor, a promoter, and even at times a father figure to Davis. But like any relationship, it's complicated. Davis has always been hungry for his own spotlight, and Floyd's larger-than-life persona can sometimes steal that. Floyd's always preaching about how he's been there for Tank, helping him every step of the way. He believes Tank should be grateful, show some respect, and not throw shade or act out.
My thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take things to that next level. And I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great. And, but over the years, it's constantly going on the internet, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd. Constantly be disrespectful, when all I ever been was respectful to try to help this fighter go as far as he could possibly go.
It's pretty ironic, right? Floyd talks about being there for GervontaDavis, yet he's out here giving tips to Tank's opponents on how to beat him. Floyd actually gave Frank Martin insider information on how to wipe the floor with Tank, and not only that, he was even training with Martin. Now, you can bet that rubbed Tank the wrong way.
Remember you talking about doing the pad work with Floyd, and he said you got the speed and the power to be a world champ. What did that do for your confidence? You can hear that from anybody, but Floyd is Floyd.
It was just motivation, you know, because at that time too, man, I ain't had an IQ that I got now. So at that point, I was just really going off natural athleticism. So for him to tell me that at that time, getting deeper in my bag, trying to understand the game.
It's not like basketball where you got to depend on people. It's not like football. Like the work that you put in reflects directly with your results. People don't even know the amount of hours that y'all put into this.
We ain't got no backup. We got a bad day, whatever. We ain't got nobody to come through for us. It's all.
Unfortunately for Frank, Floyd's training didn't count for much in his fight against Tank. Frank Martin went to sleep just like most of Tank's opponents. The knockout was as brutal as ever, proving once again why GervontaDavis is one of the most dangerous fighters in the game.
Oh, left top with John. That's it.
Down goes Martin! Mamma mia!
Trainer of GervontaDavis, Calvin Ford, gave his take on the Floyd situation, and according to Ford, what went down at the press conference was pure karma. Ford believes that Floyd's actions finally caught up with him, and the fallout was exactly what he deserved.
Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. And I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we saying what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story's going to reveal itself, you know. But again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said, let's say the true colors of a person is coming out, man. They can't stand it, you know. Calm is I don't like using that word calm, you know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
We've all known about the heated rivalry between these two, and Tank has always wanted to share the ring with Floyd. Fans have been craving that showdown for years, and luckily for boxing fans, it looks like that mega fight is finally going to happen sooner than expected. Tank himself has hinted that the matchup will go down this September. Yep, you heard that right. Get ready for one of the most anticipated fights in boxing history.
7-fight deal, which is music to the ears of many boxing fans. Get to see you in action for several more years. What type of names are we talking about in those 7 names?
Whoever you name, they could be in it.
If I name some fighters, can you say yes or no?
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson?
Yep.
Ryan Garcia?
Yep.
Devin Haney?
Yep.
Isaac Cruz?
Yeah, but there's 2 people I already beat already, but yeah.
Errol Spence?
Outside the ring.
Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, September. November.
Teofimo Lopez?
Yeah.
Out of all of those guys, who do you think is the most difficult opponent for you?
Floyd Mayweather.
So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. Also, share your thoughts in the comments section. We love hearing from you. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.